What a beautiful day. Grass cutting time. Not for silage, I'm afraid. Grass isn't quite ready for that just yet. But we've got a few corners of the farm that I could do with a little bit of a tidy up. So I've already done a bit. I've already cut the common, made that safe for traffic and that out there. So this morning I'm just going to go and tidy a few corners of the farm and get rid of some thistles and nettles. So weapon of choice for this task is going to be my Teagle. Mainly, well, I do actually have another topper. I've got my little 6-foot blade topper that goes on the Massey Ferguson 165, which I will get out of the shed sometime soon when I get around to it. But so Teagle it is for today. If that don't smash it to bits, nothing will. We got a buttercup problem again this year. Considering the amount of lime I threw down there last year, that feels a lot more yellow than I would have liked it to be. Anyway, too late to do much about it now. I think I'm going to stick you guys on the outside. Because watching that's going to be more interesting than listening to me. any of you remember the 2.5 acre walled area I mentioned back Christmas time when I was doing all this fencing? I'm going to show you what I mean. When we bought the golf course, when we bought the golf course, this corner of the land was used as a dump, and they dumped a lot of stuff in here. Building material, plastics, metal, you name it. It's dumped in here, and I've inherited it. I also seem to have inherited quite a decent crop of oilseed rape. Not sure where that's come from. Anyway, we haven't done much with it for the minute. I started leveling off this edge here, but they got to bird nesting season, so we stopped. We're going to bring a load of topsoil down here, and I'll blend this off. Basically, I want to make a track that goes all the way around this hedge line, so I can maintain my fence line. But other than that, for the foreseeable future, we don't intend doing an awful lot with that, because that's just haven for so many beasties and creatures. I mean, it is full of crap. I mean, look at it. Plastic, metal, ragwort. I know I should have gloves on, but you'd stay in there. We've got a family of roe deer that live in here. Always nice to see them. We've got muntjac in here. Lots of birds. We know we've got snipe. We're not sure actually if it's snipe or woodcock down there. I've seen them flying around late, but I've not been close enough to really determine which it is. I don't care which it is because I like both. I mean, it's prickly. It's full of rabbits, burdocks, nettles. What we got out there? Teasels. God, this has grown quite quick. Do you know, I walked around here a couple of weeks ago in my shorts. I didn't do it today. So let's get up on top of this hill. Give you a bit of a view. You ever seen so many burdocks? Burdock beer? I'm not actually a huge fan of. God, look at the depth of this stuff. Got wild geese flying over somewhere. So in here it is literally just lumps. I'm standing now on a pile of, I suppose it's footings that have been dug out, probably from the clubhouse. Wet knees now. Excuse the wind, no breakfast. So yeah, so there's a tractor. This area, I mean, we have got plans to enhance it. I'd like to dig a dew pond down in here sometime. That'll be after bird nesting if it's dry enough. It gets very wet in the middle of here. I don't know if it's a spring or we're picking up water off the neighbours' fields, but it gets very wet. So the idea is we'll make a winter dew pond. Did you see that? That was a roebuck. Just shot across in front of me. Whether we'll see him again or not, I don't know. Like I say, I like to see a deer in here. I don't mind a few. I don't have too many, they don't eat my trees. So when we got all this finished, there'd be a gate down the bottom there. We'd have cleared a path around here and a gate at the top, so I can actually get around my perimeter with a tractor. I can sort out fencing, I can keep the boundary hedge tidy. But it's really the case of in here, God, goosegrass and sticky buds. In here, we're kind of going to let nature, within reason, do what it wants. Where did that roe deer go? That way somewhere I heard him. Yeah, so like I say, haven for wildlife in here. And the dew pond's going to go roughly where all this rough grass is, I think. And we're looking at maybe, again, you've seen, we started building the kiddies tree house maybe upon that lump of dirt there, we're going to build a partially submerged hide. It's all grand plans at the minute, but it'd be nice somewhere that if we've created like a little wildlife area here, dew pond and everything else, that somewhere you can sit quietly and watch them. No, not shoot them, but watch them. So yeah, grand plans. 2.5 acres of agricultural land, or was agricultural land, basically returned to nature within, like I say, within reason. These piles of old timber here that the golf course cut, we're going to keep, because that's good home for, you know, amphibians, invertebrates, all sorts. Food chain's got to start somewhere. A bit of a track through here, so obviously stuff's in it living in here. Might sound daft for a farmer really, wanting a bit of wild, but actually I've got a funny feeling in the future this is going to be my favourite place on the farm. Okay, so right, got to get back to the tractor now, because some bits of it I am going to keep tame, but I'm not getting over there because that bites. K Farmer Dan inquired last week as to the results and effects of the slitting we did. To be perfectly honest, on this particular piece of ground, because it's the golf course and this is our first year of farming, I can't tell you if there's been a massive difference. It certainly hasn't done any harm. I mean, the ground is still opened up, you can still see in there. We could do with a bit of rain really. So the cattle have been grazing this now for 3-4 weeks. So they've trodden a bit of it back in again, pressed a bit of it back down, but they've taken the crop off the top. There's another raggy there. I just have to come back down with fork. You can't stay there, mate. I hate ragwort. So yeah, it hasn't done any harm. This particular area of the field does get quite wet, so I'm sure, another one there, I'm quite sure that the slitting will help with the drainage, certainly going to help with aeration. I set the slitter quite harsh, so it did pull chunks out. But we're not mowing this for hay, so those chunks don't matter. Bloody wild geese. We're getting more and more wild geese every year now. They're becoming a bit of a problem. I don't mind a few. It's like everything else. Don't mind a few. But, so anyway, slitting. I think work in progress, Dan. I think it's a case of we'll know more in a year or two. I'll do a comparison on the grain that we've been farming for 30 years, and maybe we'll look and see what it's done out there. So it's all I can say. It is better. Whether it's 2,500 quid's worth better, it probably is. But you know, over the next few years, I'm hoping it'll make a big difference. Anyway, we're going to knock off a few of these buttercups down here. I've got another rough area at the bottom, a few sets of nettles to go, and now I've got a man coming in 20 minutes to pick up some wood chips, so I better crack on. I can see a Land Rover waiting for me, so we'll come back to this. Well, it's just gone 1 o'clock in the afternoon now. I've done my morning duties. Just going to finish off this last bit of tidy up. And we were going to take the dogs for a walk, but it started to rain. So we might not. So in between a bit this morning and this afternoon, I went over and looked at my mowing grass over at the farm. I'll ping up a bit of video for that in a second. I reckon we'll be doing the first cut of silage and baling. Week 10 days. Not coming out here. This is our t'other farm mowing grass. A lot less thistles than last year. Plenty of clover. Another week I reckon I'll be knocking this off. The ryegrass here. Who's happy this kid? Yep, another shower of rain. A bit of sunshine. That'll be ready to go. I suppose I did ask for a bit of rain. ½ inch gently for the rest of the day. I'll forfeit walking the vlogs for that. And a nice warm week. I'm hoping to get 40 plus bales from the other farm. It'd be nice. Whether we get that many or not I don't know, but certainly got a lot less thistle than last year. At the time that Mikey, my second daughter's other half, spent and myself last year and digging up the thistles, it's paid dividends this year.